What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. It is Sunday, which means we are diving into our indie comics weekend. The first issue today will be The Illusion Witch, issue number 3, a story written by Ruben Romero, aka Ruben the Writer. The artwork is by Aadya Locke. Colors are by PH. Letters, edits, and book design are by Dave Letts. If you want to get caught up on this series, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. We have covered both issues number 1 and 2. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to check out their Kickstarter. Books number 4 and 5 are currently in the works, going through the process of trying to get funding. And to go even further, these guys have found themselves a publisher. Now being published by Behemoth, you can actually pick up issue number 1 through Previews World or your local comic book store. With a release date of June 15th, this is a story you don't want to miss. And I'm really glad that these guys are getting some traction, because so far The Illusion Witch has been absolutely amazing. From the artwork to the storyline, this has been a thoroughly enjoyable series so far. Our main character being Aadya, living a regular life. Her life is honestly a little bit of a mess, being swept away to a magical land. She has been summoned here by the siren. They say that she is the savior, but she has yet to believe this. Meanwhile, a great evil is gathering its strength and its forces. Be sure to buy the comic, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we jump into this issue, we are picking up in the land of Saari. This is where Aadya finds herself, and she still isn't sure if this place is actually legitimate. Traveling with Baru and Orion as they make their way to the siren, Aadya can't help but say she doesn't care about this place. The only thing she really cares about is being able to leave, and this seems to be a very reoccurring aspect of Aadya's life. When her son was dying, fighting off an illness, it looked like it may be very terminal. And even then, she ran from her emotions. She ran from the pain that she was feeling. This really seems to be standard procedure for her. When things get tough, when things are too much for her, she makes a run for it. And that's exactly what she wants to do right now. But at least for the time being, she is going to continue to press on, bringing us to King's Lake Pub. This is where we see the brood of a man, the one that is father to Orion. Kelvin, the one that fought off the 3 brothers, the great evil that has been amassing. He was barely able to survive, but now they have warning that the 3 brothers, they are seeking the key, with Aadya commencing to just get hammered because all of this is far too much for her. It's all really difficult to comprehend, trying to tell them that she is the wrong vessel. Baru doesn't believe that the siren is wrong. This girl is just very raw. She's gonna need a lot of training. We're gonna need a lot of influence and motivation to get her moving, taking us to the Isle of the 3. This is where we pick up with the 3 brothers that have merged into one individual. Knowing that she has the key, they send out a vessel, an individual that is going to give her a bottle of wine laced with poison. They are choosing poison because they want to make a spectacle about it. They want it to be dramatic. They want all of her companions to lose hope that if Aadya dies, there will be no chance of stopping the 3 brothers from accomplishing their mission. Taking us back over to our pub, Aadya at this point, she is wasted, completely passing out on the table. Everyone is questioning, is this really the person that we are seeking? Could the siren have been wrong in choosing Aadya? But Baru speaks up and says that he has been looking inside of her. He has been paying attention, and there is a spark. She may not have any magical abilities, but there is something unique about her. And for the time being, we have to trust the siren. We have to believe in her judgment, and that we just need to ignite that fire inside of her. Taking us the next morning, she is waking up with one of the worst hangovers she has ever had. Baru giving her a flower. This flower has unique properties that essentially just remove all hangover effects. As the two of them get up, they get dressed, and they head out for adventure. As we start to get some Lord of the Ring references, Gimli, Legolas, things of that nature, we come up to a town that is known as Coin Town. Wanting to avoid any kind of attention, what we see is them use essentially a magical teleport that brings them right outside the place they need to be. They have come to meet Saari. As our travelers make their way inside of this pub, we have all kinds of individuals sitting here having a drink, from two-legged lizard people all the way to fairies. It's showing the vast amount of characters that are inside of this little universe. With Aadya ready to start drinking again, this is where the vessel comes to her, holding that bottle of wine that has been poisoned. Handing the bottle of wine off to Aadya, she doesn't think for 2 seconds. She pops it open and she starts drinking. As she is off on the side doing that, what we see is Orion get in a conversation with our lizard people. Noticing that they are Kelvin, he's got a bone to pick with them. Orion is not one to mess around with though. As quickly as he takes his hood off, his sword is drawn from his sheath and he has cut off one of the lizard's hands. And in an instant, everybody attacks. As the ballroom blitz gets underway, these guys quickly take out our lizard men. And with this business being wrapped up and getting taken care of, this is when they head out. They go up a spiral staircase that leads them to a room. This is the room that Saari is supposed to be in. When they walk in, they don't find her, wondering where she might be. A few moments later, she walks into the room. As everybody says their hellos, we see that these guys have a relationship. They've been working together for quite some time. This was the first step in getting her to the siren. And with the group now complete, they can head to her and try to unlock Aadya's power. Try to unlock that ability and that potential that is lying underneath the surface. Before that can happen, we see that poison, it starts to kick in, looking as if she is choking, blood vessels popping all over the place. Her eyes turning red, her pupils growing small, appearing that she might be choking. She falls down to the ground. Unable to help her without the assistance of the siren, the only person that can fight this poison off now is Aadya. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, like I've said over the last 2 issues, I have thoroughly enjoyed this line. The artwork has been absolutely amazing, and they do have some of those naughty covers and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of that. I really don't like sexualizing comics in that aspect, but I know there's definitely a market out there for people that are interested in that kind of thing. And to be honest, that is my only complaint about anything going on with Ruben the Writer and his comic The Illusion Witch. Luckily though, that doesn't play a huge part on the inside of these comics. This is definitely story driven with amazing artwork to truly illustrate how magnificent these creatures, this land, this world that we are being thrown into is. With some amazing story building, we are really finding out who Aadya is and what Saari means to everybody else. With issues number 4 and 5 in Kickstarter, we are gonna get some amazing stuff. So make sure you go support their Kickstarter if you're enjoying this story. There's a bunch of add-ons. You can get issues 1 and 2, I'm pretty sure. But if you don't want to go down that route, you can always go to your local comic book shop. You can go to previewsworld.com. I'll leave links to all of this in the description. And June 15th, issue number 1 will be releasing with, I believe, 4 different variant covers that are tons of fun. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you would like to support the channel, you can always donate by hitting the Super Thanks button. This will let you donate directly to the YouTube channel, and it helps us out tremendously. If you can't do that, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the awesome content, and until the next breakdown.